Alright, so in this video, we are going to discuss the 3 best AI tools for dating apps. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Danny, and I'm probably the only person on the entire internet right now talking about how you can use AI to improve your dating life. So if you're interested in that, this video is going to be good for you. So let's just get right into it. Alright, so why should you listen to me, right? Starting last year, AI got to the point where it's good enough to use on dating apps, even social media, to get matches, get dates, etc., right? And so last year I ran this profile with AI pics, so I'm just going to scroll the pics so you can see. But yeah, long story short, I wanted to see if it worked, right? And yeah, it worked. So let me just show you some matches I got. And then here's some more matches when I was traveling in Europe. And then some conversations like, this girl liked my AI dog. You know, it's not real, so yeah, it's pretty funny. But yeah, I think you get the point. The AI pics work, I'm legit, so let's just get into the actual topic of the video. Alright, so the first AI tool that you can use to get better results on dating apps is this site called 𝗟𝗲.AI. So when you get to 𝗟𝗲.AI, you're going to have to make an account. So I'm going to link to everything in the description, so don't worry about that. So sign up here, and then you need to make an account on GitHub if you don't have that. So do that if you don't have it. And then once you're in, you're probably not going to have any money on this. So what you can do is go click here on the top right, hit account, and then go to billing. And you're gonna have to top up minimum $10, but you're gonna see that it's pretty worth it if you want to make some of these changes. So I'm just gonna show you guys what this can do, right? So something you do is remove stuff like people or objects from the background, or like blemishes. Let's just say you got like a pimple on your face, you can clean that up. So you come in here, and then where it says image URL, you hit choose to find the image that you want to edit. And by the way, I'm doing this on a computer. I'm not sure if you can do this on your phone, but for the purpose of this video, we're just going to go with computer because that's what I usually use. Alright, so let's just say that in this picture, right, you see there's like some people in the water. I'll show you how to get rid of that. So you open the picture, and then where it says mask URL, hit create, and then you just, like, it has like a little brush, right? So you just adjust the size, but yeah, you just brush over whatever you want to change, and then hit use mask. And then I'll just type no people in the prompt and hit run down here. So it can take a few seconds. Alright, so as you can see, there were people here and now there aren't. And then you can do the same thing. Let's just say you have some on your face. I got some dots here, maybe I want to clean that up a bit. I'll just do the same thing again, make a mask, paint over it, and then, you know, prompt, let's just say like no dot or no blemish, and hit run. Alright, so another thing we can do is we can change what clothes we're wearing, right? So in this pic, I'm wearing a black turtleneck. So let's see if we can change that to a red turtleneck. So again, we just open it and then go to create where it says mask, and then yeah, we just gotta paint over this. Alright, so painted over it, hit use mask, and then I'm gonna type in red turtleneck. So yeah, there you go. Of course, you know, if you don't like how it looks, you can just hit run again. And then once you like whatever you have, you see this download button, you would just click that, and then it would download to your computer, which you could then send to your phone or whatever, so you could use it on dating apps. Alright, so the next thing that we can do is we can add accessories, right? So for example, a watch or a bracelet. Alright, so in this pic, I already have a watch on, but let's just see if we can maybe change the color. So we open it up in here, go to mask, create, and then again, just brush over the watch. Alright, I use mask. And then I'm going to just type gold watch. There you go. It does look a bit weird, like right down here, but we could just try it again if we wanted to give it another shot. So the next thing that we can do is we can change the face of people in pictures. So for example, let's say you took a picture with some girls, they aren't that attractive, and other than that the pic's good. We can change that. Or you took a pic with, you know, friends that you have that are girls and they don't want their face on dating apps, so we can also change that. Alright, so let's take this pic here. So we're gonna edit the faces of these girls to be different, and actually this picture is made with AI too, so we're changing AI girls into different AI girls, but yeah, let's just do it. Alright, so we make a mask, right? Let's start with the one on the left. Okay, so I just masked her face and hair and cleavage down here, and then let's just prompt it like slim, you know, Korean female model or something. See what happens. Alright, so I don't think she's super attractive. Obviously, looks are subjective. I think she looks more like a horse than she does a female model, but just for the sake of this video, let's just say we went with that. But yeah, if you wanted to try again, obviously just hit run, roll the dice again, see what you get. But let's just save this. Alright, so now let's change the face of the girl on the right. Again, we make a mask. So let's just mask her hair and face. So now, since two people in this pic are already Asian, let's try and make this chick white or something. So let's try blonde Swedish woman. Hit run. It's not bad, it just kind of looks a bit weird over here, and like this stuff over here is a bit strange. So let's just try one more time. Yeah, I think this isn't too bad. Obviously, you know, we would just try again, and then for this like white thing over here, I guess it's supposed to be like a napkin, we could also just mask over this and type no white or no napkin to get rid of it. But yeah, it's not bad. I think you guys get the point. Alright, so the next thing we can do with this tool that I think would be useful on a dating app is we can make ourselves look more fit, right? So obviously, don't catfish, be reasonable, but let's just say you're usually pretty fit, but like for whatever reason, past couple weeks, I don't know, you're just super busy with work, you got a little fat and you're not as shredded anymore, or haven't been able to hit the gym, so your arms are not looking as big. We can fix that with AI. Alright, so let's just use this pic I found of some guy online. So let's just say that he thinks his arms are looking a bit small. We can fix that with AI. So just brush over the arm, and then let's type very muscular arm, see what we get. So yeah, obviously that's looking a lot more muscular. So let's just try the abs. His stomach is kind of sticking out a bit, and the definition is like not super crazy. Let's see if we can fix that. So let's just download this and then open it. So let's just make a mask over his abs and then type six-pack abs. Alright, it's not bad, but you know, just for the purposes of this video, let's just say that we just kept trying and trying until we got a good result. But yeah, that's all you would have to do. Alright, so the next AI tool that you can use for dating apps is 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗃. So 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗃 is a program that lets you generate AI dating app pictures. And the pictures that you saw before, they were all made with 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗃. And yeah, for this, it's really just limited by your imagination, right? And like what prompts you come up with. So for example, you could make a dog pic. This is made with AI, this dog pic, as well as the one I showed you earlier. And you could also make a group pic with people that don't exist, such as girls, right? Like the picture that I showed you earlier. You could make a travel pic. So this picture is made with AI, and let's just say you went to Paris, because this is the Eiffel Tower in the background, but you couldn't get a good picture, right? Because most of us guys, we suck at taking pics, or like we just don't really like taking pics because, you know, we're not like females. So what you do is just use AI to make a pic of like a travel destination with you in it. So it's a bit complicated to set up, and I have a tutorial on my channel. It's called How to Make AI Dating Profile Pictures That Get Matches, and I'll also put a link to that in the description. Yeah, it's a bit old now because I made the video like 6 months ago, but you can still probably get good results with it. But yeah, it's a bit of a process, so watch the video if you're interested in making AI pics from scratch. Alright, so the third tool is FaceApp, which probably a good amount of you know, but if you don't, I'll show you what you can do with it. Alright, so if you don't have FaceApp, go download it. You can get a free trial, I believe, for 1 week. Just be sure to cancel it so you don't get charged again. But yeah, once you're in FaceApp, just open the picture that you want to edit, right? And for this one, I'm just going to use a random selfie I took of myself. So something you do, for example, is let's just say that in a picture you want to look tan, but in reality you've just been staying inside all day. You can change that. So go to skin down here and then hit tan. So let's just hit 3 so you can kind of see the effect. So there you go. You can do that. And then something else you can do is you can get rid of eye bags. So where it says no eye bags, just hit that. And then you see before I had like kind of, I mean, I don't really have eye bags, but let's just say I had bad eye bags. You can kind of see under my eyes, it kind of lightens that up a bit. All right, so let's see what else we can do. Yeah, unwrinkle, you can hit that. I don't really have wrinkles, but for example, you see like around my mouth, I guess, a bit, it's kind of like smoother. There's no like line on the side of my mouth, if that makes sense. It lightens it up. You can also do stuff like if you go to size, you know, you can change the size of your nose, size of your face, hairstyles. You can kind of play with that a bit. I think for this, it might be better to use the first thing that I showed you, the 𝗟𝗲.AI in painting, but you know, you could try both things. You can also play with your hair color. Again, I would try both this and 𝗟𝗲.AI to see which gives you better results. Smiles, this is a good one, right? So let's just say you want to put a slight smile in your pic. You just, you know, hit that. Maybe that's too much of a smile. That's even worse. But yeah, you could just play around with it. Or let's just say you have a pic where you're like kind of smiling and you don't want to smile with your teeth showing. You could hit maybe closed smile, something like that. Beard, so let's just say, I don't know, you shaved recently and your beard is not as good as before. You can just play with that if you want. That's kind of crazy, but yeah. And then, you know, this is not for me, but, you know, makeup for all the zesty bros out there. Glasses you could play with. And then reshape. So with this, I don't know, you maybe something about your face, you want to like change the shape of it. So maybe like, you know, going back to the example where you haven't had time to work out or whatever and you gained a bit of weight and your face is like super round. In this pic, my face is not round, but let's just pretend it is. You would just like reshape something like that, like kind of push it in a bit, you know, give it more definition, whatever. But obviously, you know, you just play around with it and then retouch. So you see these dots on like the left side of my face, like this red one. I don't know what that is, but it's always been there. I could just tap it to get rid of it. Same with the 3 dots to the left. Whoops. Clean that up a bit, you know, and even on the right side as well. But yeah, something like that kind of looks, makes the face look a bit cleaner, you know. But yeah, I mean, FaceApp is a pretty useful app. There's a bunch of stuff you can do. I'll play around with it. And even though it's called FaceApp, and even though I'm editing a selfie, you can also use it in pics where like body showing. So yeah, give it a try. Super helpful. All right, so yeah, let me know if I missed anything. Drop a comment. But if you like the video, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell so you get more videos like this. and I will see you next time.